Somebody testing the mic? Okay. Or is it me? Okay. Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatyadesatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone, Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Haribo. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Good evening. Okay, so we have the first Vaishnava Tantriya Sara. I think Kartini Mataji. Come, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Devaki Nandana Krishno Gita Patena Tushyati Yata na Veda Evanena Yajna Tirtha Vrata Didi. The son of Devaki, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, cannot be satisfied by anyone's study of the Vedas, charity, sacrifice, pilgrimage, or vows as much as he is satisfied by the devotional recitation of the Gita.
Okay, thank you very much. So welcome, good evening. Let's go to Paris for a while. This is Radha Parish Ishwara. So the trend that Prabhupada had last time, whenever Prabhupada installed deities, Radha Krishna deities in certain countries, it will follow the name of the city. So here we have Radha Parishishwara, and then we have Radha Landanishwara, okay, like that. So this is the Radha Krishna, and they also have Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. This is the full altar. They also have Gauranitai. Okay. Mao Mishnapadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale. Sorry. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnana Jana Salakaya Chaksurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikna Vinasha Narsimha Iti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvasesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama.
Rama Hare Hare.
Hi, thank you very much for joining me. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Okay, Kartini Mataji.
Gita Ditaya Yenapi Bhakti Bhavena Chetasa Veda Shastra Puranani Tena Diktani Sarvasha. The studies of the Vedas and Puranas, verily, the study of all scriptures, is completed in all respects by one who studies Gita with devotion.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So, devotional study of the Bhagavad Gita equals to studying all the Vedas and Puranas. There are a lot of books, Okay, we don't know whether we can finish reading them in our one life. Okay, so we always take the what do you call the abridged version, is it? The condensed version. So that is Bhagavad Gita for people of Kali Yuga, because we hardly have any time to study scriptures. Okay, so before we move on to today's chapter, I would like to recap the last sloka last night. Who still remembers the title of last night's chapter? Chapter 10?
The opulence of the absolute.
Very good. All right, so Krishna explained so many things about him. Then finally, he ended the chapter by saying something about how he powers the universe. Do you all remember how does that happen? How does Krishna do it?
Through his opulence.
Opulence.
Okay. Is it through all the opulence?
Beauty, fame, wealth.
Full opulence.
Okay, yes, that is a criteria of Bhagwan, God. All right.
Oh.
How does he do it? Does he use all the opulence to power up the universe? Does he need all the opulence? Does he go on full power to power up the universe? That's what I'm actually asking.
We need a fragment.
Yes, Prabhu, can you repeat that, please?
Surely needs a fragment of his.
Yes, a single fragment. Very good, Param Prabhu. So what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. So if you remember the goal of this, the objective of this chapter in the beginning, I mentioned, I showed that by hearing this opulence, it can increase one's devotion, because we already know somebody and we want to know them more. All right, so this will increase our love for that person. Single fragment. Okay, that is the key word here. Now, before I go on further, if somebody asks you, what is Bhagavad Gita all about? All right, so I'll give you a very simple answer. You may want to take it down. All right, and you also want to remember this. So Bhagavad Gita can be a lot of things, but for those who want to study Bhagavad Gita in a proper way, you need to understand there are 5 main topics that Bhagavad Gita touch. All right. The first one is Ishvara. Okay. We learn about God. Number two, we learn about Jiva. So can you see here, Jiva? Of course, this comes in chapter 2 first, all right? And then Krishna goes on speaking about him, that he's the Paramatma in everybody's heart. And then he speaks about his opulence and then how he powers up the universe with a single fragment. So all this about God, all right? Of course, before that, we learned about karma, all right? In chapter 3, chapter 5, attaining bhakti through karma. So these three, I'm sure you can relate already very much. All right. Today we will see how Krishna is talking about this topic here. We will not go so detailed. Okay, it's just prominent verses only. All right. And then when we enter the Jnana Yoga section, chapter 13 to 18, we will have this more of this material nature. So this part is a little technical, so Krishna puts this at the end. All right. What are the 5 topics that Bhagavad Gita covers? Can put in the chat for
Ishvara.
put it in one row. Let's see if everybody can put that in one line.
Ishvara,
1, 2,
karma.
3, 4, 5. I want everybody to type in so that I know everybody is here. Ishvara, Prakti, Jiva, Kala, Karma. Wonderful. Can we have it in English, please? English, all in English. Wow, everybody got photographic memory. Saya mau English. Because if you go outside and tell Ishvara, Jiva, Karma, Kala, Prakriti, probably people cannot relate. What is Prakriti? I mean, Ishvara, people can, understand. Karma. Very nice. Okay. Let's check that out. Right. Karma, work. Okay. Prakriti means material nature. Kala, time. Jiva, living entity. Ishvara is God. Very good. As I said, this group is really, really fast. So we are entering chapter 11. So we want to know what we're going to cover in chapter 11. So tell me something that you know about this chapter 11. Something. All right. Thank you, Sam Prabhu. Life is not life, Prabhu. It's living entity. Time. Okay, correct. Nature, karma. Very good. See,
Okay.
karma. Karma is still the Sanskrit term. So it's actually work. Okay. What do you think when you say when you say the universal form? What comes to your mind? There should be at least 2 things coming to your mind.
Vishwarupa.
Vishwarupam. So you're translating that, Prabhu. Okay, what else? How did Arjuna see that form? Seen to all. Okay. What is an important element here? How actually Arjuna sees the universal form? Binocular, telescope, naked eye. Okay. If don't know, I'm happy I can teach. All right, I just want to know. All right.
Vision. A vision.
Yeah, special vision, right? Okay, so Arjuna will ask Krishna to show the forms. The reason we will see later. Of course, Krishna will say, I will show you, but you cannot see it with your natural eyes. I have to give you the divine vision. All right, once Arjuna is given the divine vision, Krishna exhibited spectacular, unlimited forms as the cosmic universe. By doing that, Krishna establishes his divinity. Okay, so yesterday I give you a quick tips. How would you like to verify whether this person who's claiming that he is Bhagavan or not? You're going to use that 6 opulences. All right. Other than that, you're going to see whether everything comes from him or not. Everything, material, spiritual, all the living entities coming from him or not. Whether he has exhibited the opulences in full, each of them in full or not. So this is another evidence Krishna showing that God must be able to show that, not only able to tell theoretically, but must practically show that he is everything. Everything comes from him. Okay, so this is very important point. And then finally, Krishna will show the original form of Godhead. This universal form is material form, okay? Because everything that is material, Krishna is showing that's coming from him, okay? Even though it's material, only Krishna can show that, okay? His original form is transcendental. And then he will show what is the original form of Godhead. All right, and how does a person perceive this form is only through pure devotional service. So as usual, Krishna always conclude a chapter by glorifying pure devotional service. Okay, so with that, let's move on into chapter 11, text 3. So this is Arjuna's request. Okay, so let's hear what Arjuna is requesting. Janani Mataji. Read slowly, Mataji, and clearly.
एवम् एतद्यथा त्वम् आत्मानं परमेश्वर द्रष्टुम् इच्छामि ते रूपम् आश्वारं पुरुषोत्तम. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So this verse is about the universal form request. So what exactly Arjuna is requesting here? Who can tell me? The answer is in the verse. Quickly, can you tell me?
Aishwaram Purushottama.
What he wants to see.
The actual form. The actual position.
Yeah, the actual position. He wants to see how Krishna entered into this cosmic manifestation. Okay, this is the answer here. This is what Arjuna wants to see. Okay, so now, why do you think Arjuna is asking? Is it because Arjuna doesn't believe Krishna? Why Arjuna is asking this question?
He wants to see the actual form of Krishna.
Sorry, Prabhu?
He wants to see the actual form of Krishna.
Okay. Actually, he wants to see Krishna because earlier he said, you have explained to me. Okay, let's see what's the exact verse before this, all right? 11.1. Arjuna said, by my hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. Text 2. O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity and have realized your inexhaustible glories. So Arjuna is declaring here that he has actually heard a lot of things from Krishna, but now I want to see how you do it. Okay, this is Arjuna's request. He wants to see how Krishna does it. So like a science teacher, she will explain in the classroom, she will explain, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. So the next day they will say, okay, let's go to the lab and let's see how it's getting done. Right? And the students will say, teacher, can I see how you exactly do it? Right. This is exactly why Arjuna is asking. So is it because the student doesn't believe in the teacher? It's not that. So similarly, it's not because Arjuna doesn't believe Krishna. He is a devotee and he is already satisfied seeing Krishna in his personal feature, that two-handed form. However, he knows that Krishna already explained that fools delight in me when I appear in what form? What
human form.
Human form. And because they think that he appears in a human form, he has a beginning, he has an end. He takes birth and then he dies. People think like that. People think that he can't do anything great. You know, he's just an ordinary man, ordinary teacher, ordinary statesman. So like this. And then another reason is Arjuna wants to show people in future that there'll be so many people coming up like this, claiming that they are God, and they want to see this is how Krishna showed universal form. Number 3 is an evidence how this is an evidence to show that this is God. God can exhibit universal form. Okay, so this is establishing divinity of Krishna. So there are few reasons why Arjuna wants Krishna to show that form. All right, and before Krishna goes on to show, Krishna has to warn Arjuna, and Krishna gives introduction about what to see and how to see. Point 7 to point 8, Janani Mataji.
ईहयग्रस्तं जगत्कृष्णं पश्यत्यसा चराचरं मम देहे गुडाकेशा यच्चन्यद्रष्टुम् इच्छसि न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं दादं ते चक्षु पश्येमे योगम् ऐश्वरम्. O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything, moving and non-moving, is here completely in one place. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence.
All right, thank you, Mataji. So before this, let's flashback a little bit to link. So in text 4, Arjuna will say, if you think that I'm able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. Text 5, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied divine and multicolored forms. All right, and then Krishna will go on to say, behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard before. These are the things that Krishna said he is going to reveal. What is that? What are the two things Krishna just mentioned, which I read? Anybody listen?
Universal form.
Okay, the two things Krishna mentioned when I read just now. Two things. Many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard before. Okay, so this is the speciality of what Krishna is going to show Arjuna. All right, here, and then there are two things here Krishna is telling Arjuna that he will see. What is that? Can you please pick that 2 points for me? When Krishna say behold, what is it that Krishna wants Arjuna to see? Or what Krishna is going to show him? There are two things here.
His mystic opulence.
Okay, some more. What is it that he's going to see?
Everything that's moving and non-moving.
Okay, still not there.
Whatever you now desire to see, whatever you may want to see in the future.
Yes, this is that. Krishna is so kind that more than what Arjuna is asking, he is giving. All right, now desire to see, and you want to see in the future. You want to the things that you desire now and things you might desire in the future. Okay, so finally Krishna says that you can't see me with your present eyes. I have to give you the divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. So with that, Krishna starts expanding his form. Okay, so let's see if I need to. All right, and then Sanjaya goes on to say, because when this thing's unfolding, right, there won't be conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, but Sanjaya will be doing the narration. All right, so Sanjaya says, O king, having spoken thus, the Supreme Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. And now we will read this point 10 to point 11. It's very beautiful verse. Kaya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I
Hare
read in
Krishna.
English.
Can.
Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So what does Aneka means? Now we're going to pick term by term.
Limited.
Yeah, Aneka. In Malay, what is Aneka? Aneka recipe.
Unlimited form.
Various.
Various.
Unlimited.
Unlimited. Yes, very good. Very good. I think some of you are referring to the book translation. Very good. That's what I want. All right, aneka means unlimited or various. Okay. All right, and then first is vaktra. Unlimited mouths is vaktra. Vaktra means mouth. What is nayanam?
Eyes.
Eyes. Very good. Aneka adbhuta. Adbhuta means
Strange, is it? Adbhuta. Wonderful.
Wonderful vision.
wonderful. Very good. Darshanam.
Sights.
Vision. Wonderful visions. Okay,
Vision,
very
yeah.
good so far. All right. Divya Abharanam.
Ornaments, is it?
All the
Divine
ornaments.
ornaments.
Celestial
Divine.
ornament.
Yes. Celestial ornaments. All right. Divya Nekat Ayudam.
Upraised weapons.
Ayudam is weapon.
Weapons. Ayuda means weapon.
Oh, weapon.
Okay. Malya.
Huh? Malia.
Garland.
Alan. Ambara.
Garments.
Garment.
Okay. Garment. So this is compound, this joint, Malya and Ambara, garlands and garments. Very good. All right. Ganda. Ganda means
Good sense.
scent,
Fragrance, is it?
perfume, fragrance. Yes,
Fragrance.
divine scent. Very good. Okay. Smeared over his body. So everything is so Anantam. What is Anantam?
Wondrous.
Wondrous. So those who have book word to word translation can tell us. Anantam means wondrous. What else? What is
Anantam.
brilliant here?
Vishvato.
Vishvato is brilliant. Okay. Unlimited? Is there a word? Unlimited?
Anika, right? No? No, it's in Mukham.
Mukham. All expanding?
Vishwata Mukham. Vishwata Mukham. Anantam.
Vishvata Mukham is unlimited and all expanding. Huh? Okay. So wondrous?
Anantam.
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 Brilliant?
Vishvato.
Unlimited?
Devam. Is it?
Devam, is it? Devam. Okay, so finally all wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. So here we can know that God is not without form because he's decorated. Okay, can mute the mic. Okay, he's decorated with ornaments and scents smeared. Okay, he has many eyes, many mouths, and okay, right. So so he can be decorated with garlands, he can be decorated with garments, so he has form. And this is the form Arjuna is able to see. All right, this is our Sanjaya is describing, okay, unlimited, divine, wondrous, brilliant. Okay, so everything Arjuna can see by sitting at one place. Okay.
Mataji,
Right.
sorry, just want to ask for a while.
Yeah, yes.
Sanjaya also saw the full vision of Krishna.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
see. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there are few people who saw this. Arjuna, the demigod from the sky, Vyasadev, and because Vyasadev can see, Sanjaya also can see. Okay. Yeah,
I
so
see.
this is
Thank you.
okay. So that's how we got the narration. All right. So now that the universal form revealed, we will see how does it look like. All right. 11, 12 to 13. Yamuna Mataji. Read slowly, Mataji.
I'll read the English version.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe, situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands.
Right. Thank you, Mataji. So, what is the first point here? How does it look like? The entire site. There are 2 points here. So, I'm going to ask the first point here. How did it look like if you are there?
Hundreds of
thousands of suns were to rise at once
Very
into the
bright.
sky.
Very bright. What was the term used? This word, right? Effulgence, right? Brightest effulgence. Okay, hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky. Even one we may have difficulty in seeing, but you have hundreds of thousands to rise in the sky. And it might only resemble, so it may not do a proper justice to the entire sight, but Sanjaya used the word might. Okay, so what Arjuna saw was indeed indescribable. So what Sanjaya is trying to do is he's trying to give a mental picture of that great revelation to Dhritarashtra. He's trying his best. Okay, so in chapter 10, Krishna explained some of his opulence. In chapter 11, he's revealing the extent of his opulence. So it's actually unlimited. All right, and universe is also expanding unlimitedly. So therefore, what Arjuna saw was indescribable. So Sanjaya is just trying to give a mental picture. So neither Sanjaya or Dhritarashtra was present, but because Sanjaya has the blessings of Vyasadeva, he is able to see what is happening. So now he is trying to see the vision, see the sight, and then he's trying to compare. All right, thousands of suns. All right, okay. Hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky. So the next one, what is happening in the next verse? What is the point that you can take from the second verse? I already mentioned this in the earlier verse. So what is happening here? How Arjuna is seeing everything?
Unlimited expansion.
Okay. How is he actually seeing it? Does he go run up and down to see and everything?
No, at
Bring
one
it to the
place.
divine eyes.
Okay, divine eyes.
Vision.
All right, divine vision, yes. What is the significance here? Seeing everything in one
place.
Yeah, seeing everything in one place. So these are the two important points here. One, the extent of the effulgence that appeared when Krishna showed unfolded the universal form, and then Arjuna could see everything sitting at one place. So they are in the middle of the battlefield, they are sitting on the chariot, and they could see everything. Okay, so all right, so this is just an illustration. So who is describing this?
Sanjaya.
Yes, very good, Sanjaya. Okay, so there is another verse that I wanted to bring in from another scripture. It's called Ishopanishad. All right, the effulgence that's coming out from Krishna's body is called Jyoti. All right, so can we have somebody to read this? Yamuna Mataji?
I'll try the Sanskrit version.
Nice, I love that.
But, okay. Hare Krishna. Hiranmayena patrena satyam satyas pihitam mukham tattvam pusam aparno satya dharmaya dristaye. O my Lord, sustainer of all that lives, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is a prayer that the devotees know you are just covering your face with this mighty effulgence. Could you please remove that so we can see your sweet face? All right, because the devotees know that is the person, that is the Bhagavan. All right, they don't want to see the Jyoti. All right. All right, so this is Arjuna describing what he is seeing. Okay, and that's 11:15. Sam Prabhu. Somebody's mic, please mute if you're not speaking. Okay, thank you, Sam Prabhu.
Arjuna said, "My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and divine serpents."
Okay, this is just one of the description that Arjuna is speaking about when he is like awed looking at the universal form. There are many verses, so we're just showing one. All right, this to show that how, the Lord is lying down on this Garbhodaka ocean, and from his navel comes this big lotus flower, and then Lord Brahma resides there, and he has the topmost loka, and it is called, what his planet called? There are two names to his planet.
Is it Satya Loka?
Yes, Satya Loka or Brahma Loka. Okay, so these are all the planets. Okay, 14 planetary system. The Lord is at the dasar of the ocean, Garbhodaka ocean. So he's at the bottom of the ocean. Okay, and this is just one universe. All right, this is what Arjuna could see. Okay, so next is an important section. 11.19 marks the beginning of description of Kala Rupa. So before this, you will see that everything was so beautiful, Aishwarya, wondrous, brilliant. So Arjuna was like so happy to see everything. But later, the sight changes gradually. And Arjuna's emotion also changes. Okay, so this Kala Rupa, that's because Krishna is beginning to exhibit his Kala Rupa. So remember that 5 topics, one of is time. All right, we want to know why, what's so scary about time, you may ask. So later we will know why the time sounded scary that way. And then it will go on up to 11.31. And then let's see what Arjuna speaks to Krishna. Okay. So I think before we move on, we go to text 23, Sam Prabhu. I want somebody to read text 19 to 22 to see how the thing really unfolds. If not, it's not really nice, you need to link it. 19, 20, 21, 22. I need somebody to read these 4 verses.
I can read, Mataji.
Okay, Sam Prabhu.
I read the English one.
Yeah, 19, yeah.
19 is, you are without origin, middle or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. And text 20 will be, although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space in between. O great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. 21 will be, all the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfect beings, crying, all peace, all praying, crying all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. And 22 will be, all the various manifestations of Lord Shiva and the Adityas and the Vasus and the Sadhyas and the Vishwadevas and 2 Ashvis and Maruts and the forefathers and the Gandharvas and the Yakshas and the Asuras and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder.
In wonder. All right. Thank you, Prabhu. So what can you all sense from these 4 verses? What do you think Arjuna is experiencing? Who heard what Sam Prabhu read, and what do you think Arjuna is experiencing?
He's feeling that everything is in Krishna. Krishna
Okay.
is everything, gods, demigods, everything comes from him, and he's the one.
Okay, what else? What else he saw?
Krishna literally operates everything in the universe.
Okay, so my question is, what is Arjuna's emotion now? Earlier, he was like so wondrous, brilliant, everything, right? So what is happening to Arjuna's emotion now? See, if you see it, text 90, it says, I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. Is that something pleasant? Well, how do you feel?
He's quite shaken.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, overwhelmed. Very good. What else?
Fear.
Yes, fear. Oh, great one. Seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. What does that mean?
Disturbed.
Disturbed. So that is what we are going to read now. 11.23, Prabhu.
O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed by seeing your great form, with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies in your many terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I.
Yes, so now you see all the Aneka Adbudam Abharanam, the weapon, celestial weapon, garments, all the beautiful things have gone. Now Krishna is exhibiting all the horrible things. Okay, so Arjuna is feeling terrified. So his initial bliss feeling is turning into fear. All right, so we can see that Arjuna's mood now has changed. In the beginning, Arjuna filled with wonder, but now he is filled with fear, and he seems like not so pleasing to him. All these new sights is not pleasing to him anymore, because Krishna is going to show the form of time to Arjuna. So here Arjuna says, just like the devas are disturbed at seeing your great form, face, eye, thighs, and terrible teeth, I am also disturbed, Krishna. All right. And then he also he's continuing to speak. Let me see if he, who is reading 26? Jai Silan Prabhu. Do you have Bhagavad Gita with you, Prabhu? Because I want you to read text 24 and 25 as well before you come to 26. Is that all right?
I don't have the text with me yet.
Okay. Anybody else have Bhagavad Gita as it is with you?
24 and 25, Mataji.
20, yes, 24, 25.
O all pervading.
Mataji, you're echoing, Mataji. Do you have two devices on?
Sorry, Mataji. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
O all pervading Vishnu, seeing you and your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouth, and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. Text 25. O Lord of Lords, O refugee of the world, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance, seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions, I'm bewildered.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So further, Arjuna is stating his feel. I cannot keep my balance. Your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions, I am bewildered. So Arjuna is going to continue in 26 and 27. Jaya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. All the sons of the Tarashtra, along with their allied kings, and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also, are rushing into your fearful mouth. And some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth.
Yes. What can you all see here? Before I explain, what can you all see here? What information you can get from here?
Everything is in Bhagwan.
Mataji, you're echoing again.
Sorry. Everything is in him, like everything is in Krishna.
Not quite. What is happening here? Look at these names, huh?
All the
Bhishma,
Kauravas,
Drona,
army.
Sutaputra is Karna, Sutaputra is Karna. So what can you get from here? What information? Yes, Emperor. Is that Emperor just now?
Yeah, all the Kaurava army and their chief soldiers are all being eaten up by Krishna.
Okay. Yes, that is the point. So what does that mean?
Mean they will be destroyed.
Okay. So what now Arjuna is seeing actually?
Future.
Yes, I'm so happy. Oh my God, my heart is so happy. Yes, Prabhu. Krishna is showing the form of time, Kala Rupa, which means the future. In this form, Arjuna is able to see the future. And Krishna is showing Arjuna that all these people are going to be killed somehow, right? Bhishma, Drona, Sutaputra is Karna, Kauravas. So Krishna is showing they are all going to die, Arjuna. All right, because Arjuna was so worried that he is going to kill the Drona, he is going to kill the Bhishma, and he is going to kill the people worthy of his worship. They are great souls. So this is what Arjuna has been worrying about. But Krishna is showing, no, all these people, they are destined to die. Okay. Because one point that you can recall is Bhishma and Drona didn't do anything when Draupadi was harassed. All right, when she was attacked, nobody helped her. So they have to die at least for that. All right, so Krishna is telling Arjuna, whether you're going to kill them or not, I am going to kill them. I am going to destroy them. So why Krishna didn't do it? All right, so that we will see also. So before that, we are going to read 28 and 29. Who else have Bhagavad Gita in your hand? Kushmataji, is it convenient for you to read?
Yep, sure, I can read that.
Okay.
28 and 29, right? Okay, text 28. As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouth. Text 29. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouth, as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So all are running into Krishna's mouth, like all the rivers go into the ocean and all the moths burn in fire. All right. So after seeing all this, Arjuna wants to ask a question. He's asking this question. 31. Jaya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisance unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal God, primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. So there are two questions Arjuna is asking. What is that? Two questions?
Who you are.
Who you are. Next question.
What is your mission?
He want to know about you.
Yeah, he wants to know, who are you, Krishna? He is no longer the friend that they were playing and joking. And this form of God is so horrible and people are going and jumping into his mouth and dying. So why are you here? What is your mission? And then Krishna reveals that he is time. Time I am. Okay, this is the very famous information from Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says, I am time, or time I am. So how exactly he says that? 11.32, Brinda Mataji.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain.
Yes. So Krishna says, thank you, Mataji. So this is an often quoted verse where Krishna says, I am time. Okay, Krishna is of course more than that. He's more than the time. And he says, as the time, he comes as the great destroyer, which means people of both sides gonna die. All right, people might question, oh, there are good people at the Pandava side. Why they have to die? Yes, they have to die. All right. Collateral damage. All right. Actually, it's not always there's a reason why this is happening, because the earth is burdened with demonic kings, very unjust kings. That is why all the devas in the beginning, they went to Lord Brahma and complained that the earth is burdened with such kings. So could you do something? So the Lord Brahma actually requested the Lord to come down to re-establish the principles of religion. Okay, so all right. So when Krishna comes, he comes with his full opulence. If you look at other incarnations, Krishna might not exhibit his full opulences everywhere. Probably in Lord Nrsimha's past time, Krishna would have exhibited the opulence of strength in full, but not the beauty. All right. Of course, he was beautiful, but not others. All right. So only certain opulence will be exhibited. But when Krishna comes as Krishna, then he exhibited all the opulences in full. So that is why he came as himself. All right. Again, he doesn't have to come to kill the demons. All right. He can have his agents to do it, but he wants to please the devotees, because devotees wants to see Krishna performing all these pastimes, and that's why he comes. All right. So he is here to destroy these bad people, the miscreants. Okay. And yeah, destroy all people. Okay, so after revealing that they are going to die anyway, let's see what Krishna is telling Arjuna. Okay, Brinda Mataji can continue.
Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight.
Right, thank you, Mataji. So Krishna say they are already destined to die. Whether you kill them or not, I am going to kill them anyways. All right, because that is my mission, because I am the Kala, I am the destroyer. However, I have chosen you to be my instrument. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. So that's how Krishna is. Even Lord Ram is like that. Of course, there are many occasions that Lord Ram can do a lot of things, but he wants his devotee to get the credits, and he will ask the devotees to perform certain things so that people will glorify his devotees. So in that way, he has chosen Arjuna to fight. All right, conquer your enemies, enjoy your flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement. However, you just be an instrument. Here, Krishna used the word Savyasachi. Savyasachi means one who can fight with either left hand or right hand. It's called ambidextrous. Is that correct, Yamuna Mataji? You can fight with either hands, both hands. Yeah. So that is a significance of the word that he used, Savyasachi. And he can shoot arrows very expertly. So Krishna is asking Arjuna, rather he's like reminding Arjuna, Arjuna, you are Savyasachi, get up and fight. All right, don't let your Gandiva bow slip. All right, and then Krishna says, Nimitta Matra. Nimitta Matra means become my instrument. Okay, so again, Savyasachi means one is very expert in firing arrows. Arjuna is the best student of Dronacharya. And Dronacharya personally blessed him to be the best archer. And this is why Krishna is reminding him, just be an instrument in that fight. So this is an important statement, not only for Arjuna, also for us, because every time we think that we are the doer, because of me only this is happening, if it's not for me, it is not going to happen. No, we have to take a humble position and think that I am just an instrument in the hand of Krishna. Everything Krishna is doing perfectly, but he has selected me to do certain things. Then we want to take the humble position with full humility, and we perform that action, and always think that we are just the instrument. If Krishna wants to change the instrument, he will change us immediately. All right, and we got no job, so we want that job, right? So we should always pray to Krishna, let me be a good instrument in your service, not only in your service, in a job, in your daily activities. So this is how you are, God, please let me be your servant in this sense. Okay, so that's that, and we are moving to 33. I think that's about, so we can jump to 45. Okay, fast forward, Arjuna is done looking at Krishna's the big forms. He wants Krishna to show his original form. He's like, okay, Krishna, please come back, I want to see you in your two-handed form. So let's see what Arjuna is requesting from Krishna. Anybody would like to volunteer? Nobody has volunteered yet. Come quickly, we have 10 minutes to go.
I can read, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe.
Right, thank you, Prabhu. Okay, so it shows a mixed feeling of Arjuna here. He's one way he is happy, joyful, gladdened by seeing Krishna's form, but at the same time his mind is disturbed with fear. So Arjuna is requesting Krishna to show his form as the personality of Godhead. So actually he will ask, all right, disturb with fear, reveal again your form. Okay, so before that, can somebody, I think we missed this very nice verse, text 41 to 42. Can somebody read that very slowly and nicely? This is Arjuna expressing his feelings for Krishna after seeing Krishna's universal form compared to, you know, the two-handed form. Can we have somebody read that?
Can Mataji, can I read?
Yes, Katani Mataji.
Text 41 to 42. Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glory. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relax, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all these offenses.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So such sweet prayer Arjuna is saying to Krishna. I'm so sorry. I would have called you so many names. I would have hit you. I would have joked you. I have been very casual with you, not knowing who you are actually. I'm so sorry. Like that, he's apologizing. So of course, Krishna, as a kind father, he does not take that too high. And of course, that is Krishna's mission. He wants to perform pastime so he can enjoy all this reciprocation with his friends, servants, parents, devotees, and lovers. Okay, so there are 5 ways we can reciprocate or have relationship with Krishna. Okay, so this is the request fulfilled by Krishna. Krishna showing 4-handed form first. Okay. In what verse Krishna will? Okay, text 50. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real form, 4-armed form, and at last showed his 2-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. Because Arjuna was fearful, so Krishna showed the 4-handed form. So it's like reversing, right? Going back to the 4-handed form. And finally, Krishna showed his 2-handed form. Right? And then Arjuna will say that, oh Janardana, seeing this human-like form, so very beautiful, I am now composed in mind and I'm restored to my original nature. Okay, so this is Arjuna's feelings have changed. All right, so now he's composed after seeing the personal form of Krishna. So that's why he's so happy now. It's so beautiful, it's so peaceful, and it's so happy. Okay. All right. So what is the difference between worshipping the 4-handed form and 2-handed form? It's explained this way. When the Lord is in 4-handed form, he looks majestic, right? Like kingly, majestic. And this evokes what we call as awe and reverence, the feelings of awe and reverence among the devotees. So, and a close example would be how a citizen will look at the king. Like there'll be like protocols, or you have basically so much of respect and formalities. All right, so this is called one of the 5 relationship. It's called Santa Rasa. Okay, one is Sakya Rasa. Sakya Rasa means loving Krishna as a friend. Dasya means loving Krishna as a servant. Santa is like this awe and reverence. Vatsalya Rasa is the way that parents love. It's like a parental love. And then Madhurya. Madhurya means lovers, how lovers love each other. So that's how a devotee can love Krishna. So there are 5 ways we can love Krishna. And one of it is Santarasa, like I mentioned, is awe and reverence. All right, so this is much like sentiments between citizen towards their king. Okay, can follow, ma'am? All right. However, who is Arjuna? In this 5 relationship, where Arjuna falls? What do you think? Satya. Okay, he's a friend. Very good. And he finds that the devotion dominated by the sentiment of awe and reverence will not satisfy him. So that is why he wants to see Krishna in two-handed form. All right, he has played with Krishna, eaten with Krishna, has shared secrets. So many loving personal moments with him. So that is the difference. This is called Sakya Bhav, Sakya feelings, devotion where God is seen as a personal friend. And it is definitely sweeter than Aishwarya Bhakti. Right? Like I said, the four-handed form is very majestic. It's like so kingly. All right, so a simple devotee would prefer a more simple version of Krishna. So that is the original version of Krishna. Okay, so but just to show the evidence that Krishna is all of the universal form and all of the four-handed form, and he is that Krishna, the two-handed form. Okay, so I have one story. Of course, we are overshooting already. So there is a story where in Vrindavan one day, Krishna was playing hide and seek with the gopis and Radharani. So he suddenly went disappearing. All right. And the gopis went running, looking for him in the Vrindavan forest. All right. So because of their intense prayer, he suddenly appeared in the forest, but in four-handed form. And they also came across the Lord in four-handed form. And you know what they did? They actually bow down, they pay obeisance, and they offered prayers to Lord Vishnu. And then they said, it's so good to see you. But did you see Krishna? Like that. They say, can you tell me where Krishna went, which direction Krishna went? And then they went off. Right? So which means they are not attracted with that, the majestic look of that Krishna. They only want the two-handed form of Krishna. But later on, when Radharani comes looking for him, and of course Krishna loves her so much, and he actually lost his that majestic form and he exhibited the two-handed form, and that's how they got united again. So you can see how the gopis are very simple and they only want the two-handed form of Krishna. Okay, so this is another example how Krishna changed his form anytime that he likes. Oh, okay, I forgot to show the picture because so engrossed in telling the story. Okay, so that's how it is. Okay, and Krishna says it's not easy to understand this form. Okay, who can understand this form? Can somebody read?
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Just read the English first.
Yes, yes, can.
My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding.
All right. So how, thank you, Mataji. So how do we understand Krishna?
Divided devotional service.
Yeah, undivided devotional service. Okay, so if you want to understand Krishna, first we need to become a pure devotee. We have to render pure devotional service. Then Krishna can reveal himself to us. We cannot understand Krishna by our own efforts. So if you remember the Damodara Leela I played yesterday, Mother Yashoda wants to tie Krishna with the rope to the grinding mortar, and every time she wants to tie, there's always 2 inches falling short. All right, and she gets more rope, she ties, suddenly magically the rope will be 2 inches short. So she keeps getting that 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches short. So the acharyas explain that what are these 2 inches is our determination and Krishna's mercy. So it's like 50-50, or a little bit of our determination and Krishna's mercy, or a lot of our determination and a little bit of Krishna's mercy. So these two will have to come in, and then Mother Yashoda was able to tie Krishna, because she saw, oh, mother is the flowers all falling and she was perspiring and she's so, determined to tie him, so he let her tie. Okay, so when Krishna is pleased with us, then he will reveal himself. This is the mystery of understanding. Okay, so I think we are at the, oh, got two more, 11.55. Somebody please read.
My dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. So this is also, so we have few essences of Bhagavad Gita, right? We have in 9.34, okay, and then end of the chapter 10, and then we are now towards the end of chapter 11. So this verse is also the essence of Bhagavad Gita. We have to perform pure devotional service, which means when we do a service, we should not be motivated by any desires. All right. So when you have desire, then it is contaminated and then free from mental speculation. Oh, if I do this, it means this. If I do this, it means this. Right. So we don't want to speculate that. All right. And then the devotee is always working. He's always working. He's not idle. All right. He makes his home as the temple. He makes his job as a service to Krishna. Okay, he surrenders his results to Krishna because he makes Krishna as the supreme goal of his life. All right. And he also is friendly to all living beings. No discrimination. Seeing everybody as spirit soul. Pandita Samadarshina. All right, remember that verse, right? Who is friendly to all living beings, no harming or no hurting other living entities. Okay, finally, such person certainly comes to me. So this is a promise by Krishna. Okay, so can you all remember this? This pure devotional service free from two elements. What is that? The two elements. Do you remember?
Free from contamination of fruitive.
Yes, contamination. One more.
Mental speculation.
Yes, mental speculation. Very good. And then Krishna said three things how a devotee, acts. What does he do? What do we do every day?
Work for him.
Yeah, works for me, making him as
A goal.
supreme goal. And then his
He's
treatment
friendly
to,
to everyone.
yes, friendly to all. Finally, he comes to me. All right, so this is a very famous pastime where Krishna was caught eating dirt. All right, and of course, they will go and complain to the mother, and mother will reprimand Krishna and say, Krishna, did you eat dirt? Right? No, Amma, everybody is lying. Huh? Even Lord, your brother Balaram also telling that you have eaten dirt. They say, oh, nowadays Lord Balaram Anna also, saying a lot of lies. Don't believe them. Really? Let me see your mouth. So like that, Krishna will open his mouth and Mother Yashoda will see the entire creation inside his mouth, and in that she will see the earth, and in that she will see the Vrindavan, and then she will see her house, and she will see herself looking into Krishna's mouth, and then she goes in again, the universe vision is seen, and then she can see the earth and the Vrindavan forest, and then the house, Vrindavan village and the house, and she can see herself like it's like going on and on and on until she falls unconscious. All right. So this is to conclude this chapter, the universal form. All right. And of course, Krishna wipes off her memory because otherwise Mother Yashoda going to look at Krishna with full of awe and reverence, and Krishna cannot enjoy the pastime or the Vatsalya rasa of the parents. All right. So he does all these things. Okay. So I am not going to recap this right now. Okay, I want you to read this, but for now, I just want you to listen to me recapping this. So just, try to be attentive. Just going to recap this chapter 11, yeah. So it begins with Lord Krishna granting Arjuna the divine vision. Okay, Arjuna requested Krishna to show how you practically enter into this cosmic manifestation. All right, so Krishna reveals his spectacular unlimited form of the cosmic universe at the request of Arjuna. And this way, Krishna conclusively establishes his divinity. All right. And Krishna, at the end, he explains that his own form, which is the beautiful human-like form, is the original form of Godhead. That he declares also in chapter 11. And then he says, who can understand this form and who can enter the mystery of this understanding is one who can take up devotional service. Okay, Krishna says not by Vedic studies. Okay, in text 53, Krishna says, the form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by these means that one can see me as I am. And then he went on to say that in text 55, that you can only perceive him through pure devotional service. Okay. Actually, this chapter, right, has so many beautiful prayers of Arjuna when he, see Krishna in that universal form. We can't possibly do that in 1 hour class. So I request that you all read on your own and feel what Arjuna felt. Okay, so the last sloka, who wants to read? And then we can end with 3 times chanting of Mahamantra.
Excuse me, Mataji, can I ask you, is that the Vishwarupam? Is that the, is when he showed himself, is that the Vishwarupam?
Yes, the entire thing that we read just now, that is Vishwarupam, the universal form.
The universal form.
Yeah, the
so
form that... sorry, Mataji.
He must possess all the 6 qualities.
Okay, yes. And also should be able to show people how he entered the universe, how everything is maintained. Okay. All right. So in between, Arjuna will glorify Krishna by saying this verse in between, but we have put this at the end of the class. So can somebody read this?
Can I read?
Yes, Pushpa Mataji.
Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you.
Yeah, so thank you, Mataji. So this is what is happening. Arjuna is actually foreseeing this, that we are attached to Krishna's holy name. We are dancing and singing and jumping in the kirtan and everything, sankirtan on the road. So this is what Arjuna is talking about. Everybody is going to be attached to you and they're going to become joyful upon hearing your name. Okay, actually this verse has continuation. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homages, that means all the pious souls offer respectful homages to Krishna, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. And all this is rightly done. All right, those pious, they worship Krishna by glorifying his name, and the rest, the demons are afraid, they flee here and there. Okay, all right. So this is a very nice video. It's about 6 minutes. Probably I can share in the group or I can play before the class tomorrow. It's about how Krishna, it's about cosmic manifestations, things like that. Okay, so let's chant. Who would like to do the honor today? Who has not done?
Let me try it.
I have not done.
Yes, Silan Prabhu. Yes, thank you so much, Prabhu. Please.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Good night,
Krishna. Thank
everybody.
you. Good night.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.